Let's cross now to speak to France 24's Yena Lee in Beijing. Yena, tell me more about China's reaction.
Well, Beijing had warned Kevin McCarthy that he'd be playing with fire should he meet with President Tsai Ing-wen. Now that visit has been confirmed. The Chinese Foreign Ministry here in Beijing has said that it would firmly defend its national sovereignty and that this meeting clearly violates the One China principle. State media also has been going into overdrive. The Chinese paper, the China Daily, published one piece entitled "U.S. Conjuring Up Suicidal Dreams Dangerous for Tsai," and in another article we can read, "The U.S. seems to be encouraging Taiwanese independence," end quote. For the U.S., of course, this isn't about encouraging Taiwanese independence. It is simply adhering to its One China policy, which is different to the One China principle, and it's a policy by which it can maintain robust, unofficial relations with Taiwan by engaging in cultural and economic cooperation. And for Taipei, Beijing simply has no right to complain about all of this, as China has never ruled the island. Taipei has said that these recent criticisms have become increasingly absurd. Now, these transits in the U.S. made by Taiwanese leaders are commonplace. In fact, this is Tsai's seventh such stopover in the U.S., but it will be the first time that a Taiwanese leader sits down with a U.S. House Speaker on U.S. soil.
So what exactly can Beijing do at this point in time?
Well, the last time something similar to this took place was when Tsai Ing-wen met with then House Speaker Nancy Pelosi in Taiwan, and Beijing reacted by sending a barrage of missiles towards and over the island, and that took place last August, and it was, of course, the largest ever Chinese military drills around the self-ruled island that we had seen. There was also an increase, in 40-fold increase in cyber attacks as well on Taiwan, and as a result, cross-strait tensions were at the worst we'd seen in decades. But this time around, Tsai isn't meeting McCarthy in Taiwan, but in the United States, so Beijing could be a little less angered by this fact. And Taipei has of yet not reported an increase or any kind of abnormal Chinese military activity. It is, though, a sensitive time for cross-strait relations. Taiwan is gearing up for a presidential election scheduled for early 2024. Plus, U.S.-China relations have never really recovered since that balloon incident. And finally, if Beijing does react similarly to last year, this would actually put Emmanuel Macron in a very awkward spot, because the French president is actually set to land here in Beijing in China on Wednesday, the same day as the Tsai Ing-wen and Kevin McCarthy sit down.
Yena Lee reporting there from Beijing. Thank you.